Hi everyone, Mary Lou Andre back for another edition of Beyond Dressing Well Live. This is our February program and we are having our annual Galentine's Day party, and we're also doing a salute to February. So say hello in the chat, let us know where you're calling in from, we'd love to know that, and settle in for 30 minutes of Valentine's Day fun. So in addition to this being our annual Galentine's Day party, we're also going to flip the switch on February. It is often described as the shortest yet longest month of the year because we're getting ready for spring, but we're definitely still stuck in the messy middle. But what we've come to discover at Dressing Well is February can really be a beacon of style, hope, and discovery if you use the month well. So we had a new blog go out today. Put in the chat if you got the blog. If you are not on our mailing list, please put blog in the chat. And Sarah, hello Sarah, senior stylist Sarah Zengo is monitoring the chat for us tonight. Sarah will get that blog over to you, and we'll also send a link so that you can be added to our mailing list. But our blog really went through 5 awesome ways that you can make February really work for your style. So number 1 is prune your closet. If you've got a lot of dead wood in there, it is a great time of year. We're all stuck in the house anyway, especially those of us that live in a climate that's very wintry, like I do. But usually we're in the house more, we have more time indoors. So number 1 is really prune your closet. Get the dead wood out of there. And the best part is, if you take the time to do this now, your spring wardrobe, your spring transition gets so much easier. So there's plenty of ways to do that. We have an awesome self-study video course. We've been selling a lot of them all of a sudden. It's back, but we love when people buy that because it's $99. Sarah can put a link in to purchase it on our website, but it really walks you through our 5-step methodology for gaining control over your closet. And it's 5 30-minute videos. I teach them, but the first one is really about how to organize your closet, and I walk you through our best practices for that. So, you know what I always say on this program, I hope you take 1 or 2, maybe 3 or 4 tips away. Maybe that's the one that you say, I've got some time this weekend. I'm going to really get in that closet and gut it like a fish. So that's number 1. Number 2 is cash in on your castaways. So as you're going through this process, and the tools that we use, our rack is back. Let me grab it. I mentioned this on last week's show, and a lot of people were really psyched. But our portable packing rack, if you want to be on the mailing list, and we'll let you know when we have it back. We haven't had it in stock since 2020. But this rack is phenomenal. And you can really use any rack. You can even use your bed. But we just pop it up, and we really take the entire closet when we're working with a client or doing it on our own. We take the entire closet out. And then the only things that go back in are things, as you know, that fit your body, your style, and your lifestyle. So once you get rid of things that you know shouldn't be in there, the next thing is, if you want, is really cash in on your castaways. You can sell them, you can put them on eBay, you can donate them, and when you donate them, you really can get a significant tax write-off. So consult with your accountant if you need to. You can also, there's some really great resources online. Morgan Memorial, we have it in our blog today. And again, if you didn't get the blog, put blog in the comments and Sarah will shoot it over to you, and we'll also get you the link so that you can get our mailing list. But we have really good resources in that blog, and this particular, our February blog, we have a link to a really handy guide so that you can claim what the clothes are worth on your taxes. So cash in your castaways. Number 3 is good old-fashioned retail therapy. So once you go through your closet, you get rid of the things that no longer serve you, and you make sense of your donations, whether you bring them to a charity, whether you sell them, consignment stores, online. There's lots of ways to feel good about parting with the things in your current closet. Then, and those of you that have been hanging around for a while, you know that our process is then to identify the gaps. And the best reason to shop in February, there's lots of good reasons, but the sales are incredible. The stores are empty. And if you do live in a part of the world, and again, say hello in the chat, let us know where you're calling in from. It really does help us, and we'd love to see who's on the line with us. We have a lot of winter left. So it's February right now, mid-February. March and April is still chilly in a lot of places. And the early spring merchandise is in the stores, so you can definitely get a sense of what the new color stories are. And if you buy now and you get some stuff on sale and it goes well with what you already own, and you all know, those of you that went through our capsule wardrobe series, we did a 3-part series in January. If you haven't seen it, it's pinned to the top of the group. But we really went down and helped people understand what the pros and the cons, there's always cons to something, of building a capsule wardrobe. And we kind of busted the myths on what a capsule wardrobe is and what it's not. But when you take the time to build a capsule wardrobe properly, it's easy to get rid of things that don't fit or flatter you or no longer suit your lifestyle. And it's also really easy to identify what's missing. So last week, I was out and about, and it seems like everybody in the world has the flu. I had an appointment in the afternoon, and I was already actually headed there. And the person that I was meeting with said, I'm going home. I don't feel well. And that was last Tuesday. I had been in my closet doing exactly what I'm telling all you guys to do. Had my calendar out. I have a really busy March. I have Belle of the Ball. I have the annual Dress for Success benefit. I have a speaking engagement that I really want to look sharp at. I start seeing my private clients in person. Right now I see a lot of them online. I'm traveling in March with my husband to Hilton Head. So I had already gone through my closet, kind of looked at what I have, and I always have placeholders. I always say, okay, I could wear this to Belle of the Ball. I could wear this to an evening benefit. But what's in there? What do I need? And then how do I leverage it so that I'm not just spending aimlessly, but buying things that are going to really last. So I found myself with the whole afternoon free last Tuesday, and part of this program tonight, Galentine's, is really about self-care. And I believe that an organized approach to dress, wearing things that make you happy. Don't you love my Valentine's Day sweater? I bought this with my good friend Michelle Marshall. I think two years ago, she and I ran into each other at the store, and we started shopping together and chatting. And she said, you should just buy that. And I always need to buy things for my live show and the numerous things that we do around here. But again, like the memory of buying that with my friend Michelle. That's what I mean about clothing adds joy, and clothing really can be a form of self-care. So when I found myself with this free time, I had my list. I always have my list in my purse with me. I went shopping on a Tuesday, and nobody was in the stores. I kind of was incognito. I went to a couple of my favorite places. And because I had time, which is a big luxury for me, I usually never have time during the week, and I'm getting in the mode for my clients and myself and all these shows that I do and my blogs and everything else, I just kind of did a big walk around, didn't try anything on. And then what I did, and again, I had my list, I knew what I needed. I said, I'm going to start with an inspiration piece, something that really speaks to me, that fits, and I'm excited about. So my inspiration piece ended up being this little royal blue jacket. Now, one of the reasons why it spoke to me is it's so lightweight, and I'm going to wear this hard. I mean, we have warm days in February here in New England. March is so chilly. It's very light, but it's still going to keep me warm. And it's gray. And I love that because gray is my winter neutral. That those of you that have, I think I talked a lot about gray in our January program. By the way, we have an awesome YouTube channel. You can always go and get everything we've ever done. Is it really 5 years since the pandemic? I started the show in 2020. Everything we've done in 5 years is there. But I grabbed this. I just loved it. Another trick I wanted to share with all of you guys, when I add a new piece and a new color, and this is a really popular color right now, I always come home and say, you know, what scarf do I have? And just because I love the finishing, not that I'll always wear this with this, but I just, whenever I buy something new, like a jacket or a blouse, and the back is really cute too. It's also, it's also reversible, so this whole part of it is gray, which I also like. And then I thought, you know, March is St. Patrick's Day. I am Mary Lou Sullivan, Andre. So I have a green sweater that will go under this with the scarf. So I started with that. And then I really do need some new pants. And we've got a couple client events coming up. So the next thing I did was I purchased these gray trousers. They're stretchy, comfy. They certainly go with the jacket really well. And then I did get the matching jacket, just because I have events and it's kind of casual. So that goes. I probably won't wear the jacket all that much. And then I found this really great gray turtleneck, which I actually had identified as needing. The one that I have is actually ripped. I've had it for so long. And it had this like really, this is designer. I found it on sale. That's what I mean about shopping this time of year. But I love that little detail. I love how I can just wear this, throw the jacket on, and I'm ready to go. Throw this on, and take that scarf off. You know, that. And then when we talk, those of you that were on our capsule wardrobing show, and we talked about travel, this is probably going to become, this is probably what I'm going to wear down to Hilton Head. It's not that hot there yet, but I'll wear it probably with white jeans. But but here, I mean, I've already had this on this week, and I will wear this really hard in March, and then blue becomes my color story. And then because I'm a good shopper, and those of you, you know, the whole self-care thing, if you've been dying to work with us, February, March is a great time. Like, we don't bite. Sarah, who many of you on the call have worked with, she's amazing. She'll take you right to the store and find some of these gems just like what I'm pulling. I actually always say I need me when I'm at the store. But then I found this really beautiful vest, also on sale, same brand as the turtleneck. And now I have another way to wear the pants. And my husband and I are actually thinking of going to New York this weekend. If we do, these pack beautifully. I'll have a little bit of bling. You get the gist. And then the next thing I did while I was shopping is I do have two pretty big events coming up in March. And I found, this is, actually I got this online, but it's DVF, which really works for me. I'm trying to get the pants in my size. But then, you know, I found this blouse that goes great. And you see how I'm carrying the blue in? And then another tip I wanted to share with you guys is this is a really old Ann Taylor top. I bought this. This is probably one of the first Zoom tops I ever bought. I never wear it. But when it's in a beautiful color, I save these things. Because look at how it goes with this jacket. Then cranberry was my big color story on the January live, but this is, I usually wear this as a v-neck, but if I wear it backwards, it also goes under, and I have this same color pair of pants. So people ask me all the time, like they'll say, would you do, you know, the cranberry pant, the blue sweater, and the jacket? And if you can see, this jacket's got the blue in it. I wouldn't. I like a monochromatic, so the cranberry pant, and then the jacket, if that makes sense. And the scarf that, oh my goodness, doesn't owe me a nickel, it actually goes really well with the jacket. I don't know if you can see that, but there's black in the scarf and there's black in the jacket. So after I do this kind of shop, and I bought 6 pieces, I come home and I immediately grab a scarf to see if I've got that in place. And then, because I knew gray was the base neutral that I was working with, I just really collected all the gray stuff in my house and saw it was going to work. So I hope that that's helpful. That is number 3, that wardrobe refresh, that retail therapy. I felt I had so much fun, more so because I had the time that just kind of happened. And I took the time over the weekend to really plan, and I retired some things, and I knew what I needed. I had my calendar out. That's what we do here at Dressing Well. It's a strategy. It's an organized approach. It's fun. It's joyful. It allows you to make impulse purchases that set the stage for feeling your personal best. This was definitely an add-on, but I had this on. I had a Zoom call yesterday with 10 clients, and this is what I wore. So Dressing Well is a feeling. It's self-care when you take the time to present yourself in a certain way to the world, and it just makes you feel good. Number 4 is create your own boutique. And I love this one. So over the years, I have helped so many clients just take their whole closet apart and put a fresh color in there. My closet, I have light blue in my closet just because it's bright and cheerful. When we moved into this house, I have lights. I put lights in most of the closet. I live in an older home in New England, so I just redid the lighting. You can put hat boxes. You can hang your jewelry. But what I mean by create a boutique, it's just really make that closet feel and look like a gift. Number 5 is when we get into Valentine's Day, and what I always say this time of year, and again, say hello in the chat, let us know when you're calling in from. If you haven't seen our blog, put blog in the comments and Sarah will get that out to you. We're also selling gift certificates for Valentine's Day, so if you'd like to give yourself the gift of style or somebody else, we've sold Valentine's gift certificates to sons and daughters and husbands and wives, but we've also sold a lot people that just say, I'm worth it. I'm buying myself a Valentine's Day gift. We also have the rack, but the last point I wanted to go over with you guys, how am I doing on time? I'm doing fine, is Valentine's fun. It's just like all of a sudden, you know, we're in the middle of winter, the doldrums are setting in, and all the pink and red start coming at us, and with all the seriousness in the world, I say get your Valentine's Day on, whether you're doing it for yourself, whether you're going out, whether you have small kids. I remember the last time I really bought Valentine's Day clothes was when my kids were little, and then when the pandemic set in and I started doing these shows, the first sweater that I bought, and a lot of you have seen this on my Instagram and on my Facebook, but I just love this. It's a red sweater with the heart on the back, and the way that I do this is with the cream, with a pom-pom hat, which I love. I have this kind of, my dog loves this. It's like so soft. I can do that with it. And what I usually do with this, and I am into the cream now, as most of you know, most of the time I just wear a black turtleneck, black leggings, and my boots, and that's how I wear it. 2 years, maybe it was last year or 2 years ago, I went into this sweater, and you know, pink is not always my best color, but when it's really warm and it has the cream and the brown, and here come my cream pants again. These things, I should write these a check. I've worn them so much. But my point here is having a couple of novelty items just makes you happy. And with this particular sweater, where pink isn't really my best color, and this season I'm doing so much with winter white. Those of you, again, that were on our January show, came to our capsule wardrobing, I showed you a lot of my cream. And then, and if Lisa Livens is on the line, this one's for you. So I had this sweater, and then last spring, I found, you know, it was so much warmer last spring, I found this vest, and then I started wearing this. I wore this all through the month of March, even into April, and I did it with cream jeans, sneakers, and it was just so fun. So buying pieces and then going in your closet and getting creative, and by the way, that's what we do. We shop in people's closets. And then, of course, I've got this cream puffer that you've all seen. That goes over everything. Those of you that were super interested in the capsule wardrobing, you know, if you've got a black dress, you can always add a scarf at the neck. You can even add these on a pocketbook, and that's that. So those are our 5 tips. The only other thing that I wanted to mention tonight, and then I will wrap up, is I just wanted to sprinkle in some self-care. I think we all need that this time of year. And February really is a great month to look at your home environment. You know, rest is an activity. I said this on one of my coaching calls, and the group just embraced it. So I'm sharing it all with you. But how do you rest? What kind of mattress and pillows and comfort and do you have? I'm looking over here in my office. I've got an aromatherapy. I have really good lighting in here. I have my plant, my beautiful Christmas cactus that always blooms for Easter, Christmas, and Valentine's Day. It is so special to me. But look around your house, and what do your PJs look like? How do you come home from a tough day, being out? How do you create comfort? And what kind of clothes do you have to make these long, dark winter months full of joy and comfort? And again, self-care is really part of the February story here at Dressing Well. So that is my program. I hope you got 1, 2, maybe 3 or 4 tips, and that will make your life a little bit easier. Our mantra over here is everyday style made easy. We will be back again in March for our March program, where we will have our top 10 list with everybody loves, and all the shopping that I did this month, all on sale again. I also was able to get a really good sense of what's coming in for spring. So you guys know where to find us if we can be of any help. Again, if you would like to be put on the waiting list for the rack, put that in the chat and Sarah will make sure to include you. If you want the blog, put blog. If you'd like to schedule time on our calendar, do that. And again, we also have gift certificates if that is of interest. So have a great rest of the night, everyone. Thanks for stopping in, and we'll see you again next month. Okay, see you later, everybody. Bye-bye.